Welcome back to the 1313 podcast, the most mediocre podcast in the Star Wars universe. I'm Jacob.
I'm Jackson.
I'm Tommy.
Welcome back to all you Regs and to all you Shinies. Welcome to the podcast. This is the podcast. Please, before we begin, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, you leave a like, you leave a comment, you follow us on all of our social media, that being Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch.
Excellent.
You also make sure to hit, I don't care, you hit that join button. To support us on YouTube, join that level 1313. Get nice little emblems next to your name, and you get badges, and you get access to episodes early. So become a member, and if you want to go above and beyond to support podcast, you should join us on Patreon. Woo. 3 tiers, 3 ways to support. But if you're in that 1313 tier, the Gungan Boss tier, we do a giveaway every month. And this month we are giving away a Micro Squadrons Chase Ahsoka ship.
We already did that.
Oh my,
that's an idiot. We don't have a prize yet.
April Fools, got your ass. We don't know yet. I completely forgot that the month rolled over. So but we'll have something eventually for you kind people. So get excited.
Maybe one of these, because we have a lot of extras.
We have so many of them for no reason.
So if you want a little thing for free, one of these things for Patreon.
Yeah.
Fellas.
Boys. First thing we need to talk about too really quick is that we hit 1,300 subscribers. And Jacob's throwing it back in excitement. I did not want to see that on camera today. That was not on my 1313 bingo card. Thank you everybody so much who's continuing.
High def.
I really did not want to see that this week.
There you go.
But
hope you guys didn't get my shark
so
stain.
much who has been supporting our show. We have been growing tremendously lately thanks to Tommy's reviews and some of the short form content that we are putting out.
And blogs.
So if you found us through any of those forms of content and now you're watching the podcast, thank you guys. We're really happy to see a lot more people joining the community just because our community is very, very great and we're very thankful for each and every one of you. But that was the biggest announcement that I had for this week.
Ooh, I got an announcement.
Jacob has an announcement.
I got an announcement. Shout out to...
shout out to
Sawyer! Shout out to Sawyer! This pod blows chunks. Buddy yapping when your name is literally Sawyer. Shout out the soy boy himself. I hope you had a terrible day. Boom! Zinger.
Guys, I think we need to address the elephant in the room today about Jacob and why he's so important.
What?
Oh yeah,
we're clearly in the presence. I don't remember the awards. Jacob, just go over it yourself.
Everybody, you relax. Keep it in your pants. I know you're in the presence of the best director at the 31K whatever International Film Festival of India. I know. So context: I did a documentary last semester about a chocolate shop in Edinburgh called The Chocolatier. Made a short documentary called Chocolatieri, Flavor of the Town. And we absolutely cleaned house in this International Film Festival. In India, we won Best Documentary, Best Director, I directed it, Best Cinematography, Best Editing, and Best Producer. So we got 5 awards out of one show. We absolutely housed it for that category. So that's nice because now after you win stuff, you get asked to enter into more things, and then the snowball starts. You start winning a ton of things, and hopefully from there, I can get into a IMDb qualifier, which would be nice because then I get an IMDb for my work, and then I can also get into there's Emmy qualifiers, there's Oscar qualifiers, there's all of those stuff. So maybe this can go to the moon. Because if you win any of the qualifiers, they send you to a bunch of different upper level echelon festivals, and when you win those, you win money. And when I say money, I mean a big chunk of change. So that would be
2 pennies.
No, like
so you can rub them together and feel the wealth.
No, I mean like 50K. I mean like a lot.
2 pennies. Take it and leave it.
A quarter. So no, I'm excited about that. The other documentary that. The only documentary I didn't touch last semester has won like 11 things so far. Nice. They're housing it, so I'm glad that we now have 5 awards to catch up to them.
Cool.
Because what's wrong with a little competition? But the short film that we did about poker isn't doing anything at all. But granted, I think it's because the story's confusing.
Really niche.
It's niche and it's confusing. So womp womp. Oh well. At least the thing I directed. I got a nice little plaque now that says Best Director and it has my name on it. Nice. So that's nice. So that happened this week. Anything else happened to me this week? Ooh, I got yesterday we were shooting more action scenes outside in the rain, and I was out there for about 3 hours wearing a t-shirt, and I was falling and jumping and rolling and on the ground, and I was absolutely soaked and freezing. And yeah, that was fun. Hopefully that film turns out okay.
Nice.
Hopefully. Tom, you want to tell us about the tragedy of Darth Star Wars The Black Series, Star
Dude,
Wars
Darth
Ahsoka,
Star Wars The
Phase
Black
Clone
Series.
Trooper, Lieutenant 332nd Ahsoka Clone Trooper 2-pack from Target? You want to tell us that story?
Tell us the
Dude,
story,
I've had
Thomas.
a bad week when it comes to collectibles, man. So
Target hates Tommy.
before this happened, so shout out to our boy Stuck in Carbonite, who is a Patreon member. He and also he has a small YouTube channel. You should go check out his channel.
Yeah.
He found
Yes, brother.
2 of the 1 in 15,000 chase variants for Micro Galaxy Squadron for Series 5. It's the Shadow V-Wing Starfighter. So he sent me one, and I was like, cool, I can't wait, I'm going to review this. So the other day, I was going through a bunch of reviews. I was recording like a ton of reviews, and I was in the middle of recording this one, and I opened it, and it was missing one of the laser turrets. And I was like, the piece is just missing. It was never assembled in the thing. So I'm like, damn. And this is actually the 3rd time I've had this experience with Micro Galaxy Squadron, and the 2nd time that it's been a chase. The other times were the 1 in 5,000 Captain Rex Spark Speeder.
That
Spark
sucks.
Speeder was missing a piece, and then the first time was
Yowza.
the first Poe Dameron's X-Wing was missing one of the lasers, one of the pointy parts on the wing.
That sucks.
Like that one is. Actually, it was the exact same one. So I ended up.
Where is that piece, actually?
I guess we'll find it later.
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know.
So I ended up tweeting about it because I was upset about it, and then Jazzwares actually saw my tweet and replied, and then DM'd me and was like, "Hey, like fill out this form. Let us know like your issue." So I like submitted a form, and they said it'd take 3 to 5 business days for them to process it, but we'll see what happens. But they have really, really good customer service.
Shout out to Jizz Wars.
Even though their quality control is sometimes lackluster, I will say that their customer service is fantastic, and I actually feel appreciated as a customer. Speaking of feeling appreciated as a customer, Target, you have once again not made me feel appreciated as a customer. I feel like I just have these isolated incidents. Everybody has all these great experiences with Target all the time, and then there's me. I just have this vendetta against Target because I constantly, whether it's employees lying to me and telling me false things, whether it's orders getting canceled, whether it's orders showing... So I ordered 5 of this 2-pack that you can see on screen because I was thinking that it was gonna, like all other Target exclusives, sell out in the middle of the night, like how it usually does when it goes in stock. This one has not. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep the 5. It's a troop builder pack. People are gonna want that. I can, give it to people that need it. So the orders show up, and they only had like a limit of 2 per order.
Yeah.
So I had to order 3 separate orders of the figures. So they showed up in the mail today, and I opened my front door, and they're in what I thought were bubble mailers. And I was like, oh, I'm getting the Walmart treatment right now where I get sent collectibles in bubble mailers. These were not bubble mailers. These were those like literal, I think they're called garment bags.
A plastic bag.
Plastic.
Literally like a GameStop bag. And there was no bubble wrap in it, no cardboard, no packing material, no nothing. Whatever moron decided to pack those.
He got his one curse word.
one.
He got his one curse
I'm
word
gonna
on
have
the
to bleep
show.
myself now. But whatever.
Did the audio restart?
How
Did
did
somebody
that-
click it?
No, I didn't even get near it.
Whoa. Let's check this real quick.
And we're back.
So yeah, whatever Ding Dong decided to put those in the garment bags, all 5 of them were absolutely crushed in the boxes. So what ended up happening was Lukeness Monster was like, hey, you should call and complain. So I called and complained, and the lady on the phone told me that I could not get all 5 of them replaced for free because, quote unquote, the product was still usable.
Which it is.
To a point, I get, because I'm not inbox collector or anything like that. But she did hook me up with one free one that I can get sent. So I'm like kind of hoping that this one also shows up damaged so that I can request 6 new ones because
Tommy got the Infinite Trooper glitch from Target right now, everybody.
He got the loot cave.
He got the Destiny.
The D1
One
Cosmodrome loot cave. Stand on the rock and shoot.
so we'll see what happens with that, but it was absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. As a customer, unacceptable. I talked to a couple other people in Out of the Basement's Discord. They said that they had similar experiences. So far, I'm the only one that I know of that received them in the parchment or the garment bags.
The parchment paper.
But that I'm glad that I'm the only one that had that treatment. But other people like have been getting theirs in the boxes, and they're just crunched. Like they're not these are too big for the boxes, so the employees just cram them in there.
Granted, this could be a grand defense mechanism against scalping. Because they saw that one person bought 5 and their limit was 2 per person. They might have said, "This dude's scalping, stomp on his figures so he can't resell them." They might have done that.
That's fair.
Either this is a Target L or a Target W. So.
Target actually has training like against like collectors. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
If you work in their
shoot them
toy
where
and
they
electronics department, they know, like they get special specific training like that says like when collectors come in and ask to get stuff early, you have to tell them no, blah blah blah, and like here's what to look out for and things like that.
Damn. Did not know that.
Little did they know I had my gun.
All right.
Too many gloggies.
This is a cell phone. Please, YouTube, don't demonetize it.
And I'm also, but yeah, expect a lot more reviews. Dipping into the Micro Galaxy Squadron reviews. You can check those out on the channel. And
I don't review anything.
If I misspeak today or say anything that's really stupid, make sure to correct me in the comments because I'm running on a combined 2 hours of sleep throughout the day today. So, yeah.
Jackson. Hey everybody, thank you for asking about my week.
Yappin',
He just did.
Yappin' Jackson.
Nah, y'all are real yap sessions. I'll keep it quick. 501st updates. Nothing new yet. I had to change the entire shade of blue in my armor. So that was a little bit painful this week, but they said it was right. Thank God. Just need to finish a few more pieces. Still going to be able to wear the suit for Steel City and Cleveland Expo. Super excited for that. Also want to give a huge shout out this week to CT Fulcrum. Thank you so much for helping me get this Marok figure. You'll see with me play with it on screen because
That's who that was?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know why I didn't put that together.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
I told you guys. Yeah, CT Fulcrum sent me the Marok.
Yeah, you
said
had
found
told
it
us a
from
different name.
Because his Discord was under a different name, but he sent me a note that I have down here, and he signed it CT Fulcrum.
He's the boy, man.
Yeah, he's the boy. Sent this to me literally. I basically paid retail and then he shipped it for free. So thank you so much, dude. I really, really appreciate being able to get this figure because I did not want to pay the crispy $70 bill that people were wanting this figure for. So I'm hyped. I'm loving it. I'm loving playing with it right now. So you'll see me on the show myself with it. Join the Discord. Shameless Discord plug. We have awesome people who will hook you up if you need something.
We have lots of people that will hook up with you. I mean...
Oh, Jacob!
Jackson's fidget toy for the day is...
Yeah, Jackson had to make sure that he moved that box out of frame to ruin the symmetry of it just so you could see him play with his action
all in
figure.
favor...
I need to show my support to
all in
CT
favor of a
Fulcrum
1313 fidget spinner with Jackson's face on it for our merch.
Ooh!
Absolutely not.
And it's got to be like a...
I'm not making a fidget spinner.
It's got to be like a zoetrope. Like, you know, the...
Huh?
So the zoetrope is like that thing that like would spin with images on the inside and it
Messed up my circadian rhythm by saying that. Let's continue on.
Get one of like Jackson's face and like, whoa! So when you
Should
spin
make
it,
yeah, a sound effect so that it goes...
bro! Oh, he's
You know
spitting, he's
I
spitting.
just thought of a 1313 iceberg moment. I was going to write the soundboard.
Oh, the soundboard. I have all the sound effects. I didn't put them on this, but they're downloaded.
Yeah, we
again.
just need to use... I don't know if the soundboard's working. If you guys
does.
can hear that. Oh, okay. We need to bring it back.
Yeah, we do.
I liked it.
I used them for last episode. That was pretty funny.
Ooh, that is actually...
Yeah, so real quick, if
I just start clicking them and going over everything that people are saying.
Tommy yaps too long.
if
No,
no,
I'm joking.
if no one has anything else, I do have
No.
just one bit of Star Wars news.
Yeah, one bit of Star Wars news for the week, everybody.
Yeah, so the cringe continues. The Acolyte trailer got dislike bombed, I guess I'm going to call it.
Yeah,
It's
probably
only
also
funny
like-
when you have a shiesty on when you do that.
Let me go get it.
No. Jacob wore the Shiesty last week, and the short AI system that I used to make our stuff would not show Jacob at all. So I don't want Jacob to wear the Shiesty anymore, so he can be in content.
But the people love
the Shiesty, so I guess they demand it. So.
So yeah, I guess that out of the almost 10 million views that the Acolyte trailer garnered, that there were a bunch of people just dislike bombing the trailer. So you had about 100,000 people that liked the trailer, and about
like us
500,000 people that disliked the trailer. And I guess a lot of it comes down to the anti-woke movement that's going on with with lots of neckbeards online. So
please tell me one woke thing you saw in this trailer.
I just don't understand pre-ordering being mad for a show.
Pre-ordering being mad is a good
term.
If
it comes out and it's like cringe, then yeah, we'll talk about it on the show that we thought it was cringe.
Sure.
And yeah, but I feel like there's no reason to this bro's got Chester hot fries.
I'm like mouth breathing on his neck.
Ew.
Alright, that's it.
It is different, dude.
No, but I mean, yeah, we'll give it our fair judgment when the show comes out, but I feel like other than that, we won't really bicker too much and give the haters their platform to complain and
I will.
I mean, we've historically made fun of both sides, but I feel like if you're like looking for that kind of conversation from this podcast, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
We'll just wait till the show comes out, and if it actually blows chunks, then we'll talk about it. Sure. But like,
I mean, we know about things that blow chunks. We do have this pod, so
yeah. Stu.
Thank you, Stu, for your lovely, insightful comment. For definitely watching 2 seconds into the video. But I feel like if we have no more Star Wars news to cover for this week, gentlemen, we have two very amazing episodes of The Bad Batch.
The filler batch strikes again.
About. Should we talk about the first? Should we keep it organized and just talk about the first one of Emery?
We should talk about the timeline of each episode.
We're not going back to that.
We should watch the episode and talk about it as we're watching it.
Yes, I agree.
No. Guys, we should live commentate the episode
in excruciating detail.
No, but how did we feel about the episode with Emery? That was
filler.
Shut up, Jake.
Batch.
No, I feel
filler.
Like Jacob. Shut up.
I feel like this one was very much a very good main story episode for a lot of those people who have just been itching and clamoring to hear about Project Necromancer. We got a lot of answers, not all of them, but you got a lot of answers, and if you paid attention watching, there were a lot of clues and details throughout the episode that are definitely alluding to other things to come, which is crazy to think that there are only 4 episodes left that we have yet to see, and that there's more stuff that has yet to be revealed.
4 more episodes until the end.
And I was thinking, the opening scene of the Bad Batch trailer where we see the roll tank thing,
the turbo tank.
Yeah, we haven't even seen that yet.
Probably next episode.
I think at this point, that's like one of the only shots left out of all the trailers that we haven't seen, right?
Yeah.
Because these 2 episodes covered a lot of stuff that we hadn't seen yet.
Yeah. And the runtime for the remaining episodes is still slated to almost be at that 30-minute mark.
Yep.
So no more extended episodes.
I was going to say, is the last episode going to be an hour?
No.
Oh,
no, it's going to be half an hour.
That shows blunks.
Meh. But I mean,
I want an hour from now. What'd you think, Jackson?
One thing, I really liked it. I feel we were talking on Xbox last night. Shout out to the boy. Shout out to Hunter and Evan for getting on and not Hybrid for sleeping. But we were kind of torn last night because we were talking about the episode titles because we knew what it was ahead of time. And we were trying to figure out, what does Identity Crisis mean? Is this something for Crosshair? Could this be even something for Wolf, who might be kind of questioning where he stands? So to have an episode centered on Emery, in my opinion, was a complete shock out of left field. I did not see that coming, but I thought it was good, and it definitely sets her character up just to not be some mindless servant to Hemlock anymore.
I think she's gonna be an inside agent that gets people into Tanis.
I think she'll leak the information to the Bad Batch on how to get to Tantus. I feel like Omega will say somehow that she needs to tell them, and that they will save everyone, and that Emery will break, and she'll do that.
I think you're going to have a twofold attack. You'll have Rex and Echo in the Bad Batch. Well, just Hunter and Wrecker and Crosshair at this point, attacking from the outside. And then while the Empire is repelling the attack, you'll have Emery and Omega freeing the clones from the inside. So then that's how they're able to destroy the facility. I'm not going to say escape, but destroy, the majority of the facility will get destroyed, leaving the Empire where they are with the Mandalorian, where they're still trying to figure out Project Necromancer.
Because I feel like at this point, too, Tarkin's little bit of dialogue was also important. Because I feel like that was a gigantic foreshadow to, if something happens to Project Necromancer, you will not get funding for it. Because...
Not even that. He doesn't want funding for Necromancer anymore.
Because he doesn't know what it is. That was crazy. That was cool to me, that even Tarkin is in the dark on what Project Necromancer is. Mm-hmm. And he's one of Palpatine's most trusted... head honchos. So
yeah, because we're not at the TIE Defender competition for the budget, but Stardust is still the ultimate competitor for the budget at the moment.
And that's obviously Tarkin's biggest interest.
Yes, because they all think it's going to succeed, which we know the story. But I feel like something that this episode, in my opinion, may have hinted at was that maybe, at least I picked this up, that Omega isn't Force sensitive after all. When they were talking about the reason they're keeping those children there that are Force sensitive is that they need Omega because she's compatible to have cloned blood that can have a higher M count. Not that she's Force sensitive, because I guess now we take children and we treat children as objects, which is insane for a Star Wars in a Disney show.
I mean, that's nothing new. They were doing it in Rebels, so the Inquisitors were just hunting them.
It's cool because it links Clone Wars, Rebels, Mando.
Yes,
with Palpatine wanting the Force-sensitive children.
Yes.
I think it does a great job of really...
Palpatine is Epstein in Star Wars. That's all I'm going to say.
But what do you guys think about that? Do you think... you guys still in the camp of thought, I guess, that Omega is still Force-sensitive or not at this point?
I still think... I'm going with my gut with saying that her tick was always just being able to pick up on what other people's abilities were, or to be like a mime. I never really thought that she was Force sensitive. I thought if they were going to set it up, I thought they were going to do some sort of link to it with Ventress with the last episode, and it led nowhere. So I think it was just I don't know if it's killing the theory. If anything, it's going to come out. If she is Force sensitive, it's going to be at the very end. But I mean, we've known all along, through this season, that it's not even if she's Force sensitive. It's just her blood is able to accept M count. That's been the prevailing theme. It was just the theory that she was Force sensitive. We know that her blood holds it because they've shown that to us. That's not a theory.
Right.
I just I'm in limbo just because they allude to it and then they fake it out and then they show that she's miming and then they're doing this. So I don't know. It's a real toss-up, and I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket just because there's so many loose ends that... you're an idiot. There's so many loose ends that can be tied up in so many different ways with how the season can end. So I don't know. It's up in the air for me.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same camp. I was, after the Ventress episode, I really was, confused about, okay, what is it then? But maybe it's that Omega has some sort of ability to take on others' traits, maybe even in the sense that if she's given midichlorian infused blood, that she's then able to harness the powers of the Force the same way that she copies Hunter, Crosshair, and other characters throughout the show. We'll have to see. But I also would say, I think I agree with Jacob. I think that this is locked in, or Jackson, that you said that she's not Force sensitive right now.
Because now, at least after watching this episode, I don't believe that she would be Force sensitive. Again, we have 4 more episodes in the series that can completely change. That is just a theory at this moment. But I guess another kind of a smaller detail thing from this episode, I thought it was really funny and kind of a unique callback for we have no idea what that alien race is that got kidnapped with the little baby thing and its mom.
I've never seen that species
But I
before.
thought the collar that they have that translates to basic is funny because we see that with Ithorians and other species in various Star Wars projects and whatnot, that they have these I don't know who's making these, but they just make voice collars that translate to basic for people. But I think it's just a funny like detail.
This is also the first time that
Google
I think
Translate.
maybe they've called him Scorch
Translate.
before, but I think this is the first time they've referred to
yes.
him as Commander Scorch.
Yes.
In the Bad Batch. That's the first time I've heard him referred to that. Maybe Hemlock has called him Scorch before in the show. I can't remember off the top of my head, but definitely this is the first time that's been more than just a credit of him being referred to as Scorch. So that was cool. There was I do want to, because we were talking about this before we like started the episode. What Hemlock is looking at twice in the episode. Once in the beginning, you can see it on his data pad when he's looking at whatever's in the tube.
This is in the second episode.
No, it's in the first one. I just pulled it up.
Yeah, that's what we were watching was the first episode.
It was Identity Crisis.
Okay.
Because in Point of No Return, that's all Pabu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was once in the very beginning, Hemlock is looking in whatever's in the tube. And was that what Palpatine was looking at? Earlier in the season?
Completely different, because he was in some tower where Palpatine was on like a surface level of something. Because as we saw when they enter the vault, there's multiple hallways.
Yeah.
And so Emery goes down the hallway that has the children, because Palpatine did not see that part, although he probably knows. But maybe there's a different hallway that's storing all these tubes that we see for that brief scene. But in the scene that you're referencing from the newest episode, Hemlock is in like a tower, and there's one singular tube instead of many.
Right,
so we have no idea what it is.
It could be Dagan Gera from Jedi Survivor. He was in a tube.
So there was that, but then he has something on a data pad, and I was trying to see what it is, but then you see it and other similar designs right when he is done talking to Tarkin on the holocom there.
Yeah.
So what's everyone's thoughts on that?
Because the one design was the CX Trooper helmet.
Similar,
And then the other design was like that, but it was different.
So here's my
Jacob's theory.
My theory, it's Scar Squadron. And now it's not going to be Scar Squadron that we know them from the comics, but we've already been toying around with the idea that this CX could be a clone of Crosshair or a modification to Crosshair. And now we're looking at more operatives, as what Hemlock refers to them as, that aren't finished, aren't ready to join him yet. And they have different armor sets and they have different builds. So I'm guessing, personally, that this is going to be the Bad Batch antithesis. This is going to be another like group of modified clones that's going to be Scar Squadron, but not called Scar Squadron unless they name drop it. And it wouldn't surprise me if at the end of this season they end up killing the Bad Batch and kind of taking their place in the Empire, and maybe we get another spinoff about them.
That would be a little bit funny.
That wouldn't surprise me if we go from Bad Batch to Scar Squad.
Here's my theory is the triangular lenses that those guys have remind me a lot of the Dark Trooper lenses from Mandalorian.
Not a bad idea.
Because we do know in the Mandalorian season 2 that those guys are later generation Dark Troopers.
Yes.
And Moff Gideon references that in the beginning you needed a physical human body to control the Dark Trooper armor.
Yes.
Whereas later on in the later generations, I don't remember if those are generation 2 or 3 at that point. Because I know Moff Gideon's armor is the last generation. But I do know that Moff Gideon does reference, like, okay, they're droids now, but in the beginning you needed a human aspect of them for them to work.
Jacob's looking at the scene. Yeah, it does have dark. See, that's the other.
That one
design.
is
That's
more CX
completely
Trooper.
different.
So that one has an ambient pulse rifle with it, and there's no Arabesh on the screen that I can translate. But if we do look at the build on this trooper, not only does it have
What's the timestamp we're looking at, Jacob?
This is at exactly 9:01 left in the
9
episode.
minutes and 1 second remaining in that first episode.
So if we're looking at this, one thing that immediately catches my eye is if we're looking at the pants part of it, we have 2 thigh pieces that don't come all the way up to the belt. They're held up by straps, exactly like how Tech's armor is. Tech doesn't have those thigh pieces that come all the way up. They always finished.
Yeah.
So that could be something. He also looks like he has a little hat part of his helmet.
I wouldn't be mad if they resurrected Tech. I wouldn't be mad if there was like an anti-Tech. kind of a thing.
Yeah, like
because
yeah.
if they're making an anti-batch, then it could be possible.
I do also think as part of this, because we do know that there were clone troopers that were being captured and taken to Tantus as prisoners.
Yes.
And we saw that there were clones that were being experimented on other than just the blood tests. My theory is that one of the things that Hemlock is doing is using the clones as kind of like the host bodies for these Generation 1 Dark Troopers. One of them, this is where I think Commander Cody would come into the fold. I think that would make the most sense because he goes AWOL in season 2. I don't think he is a CX clone. I think that Cody fits into the story as this another clone that can't be turned back, and that would be something that Rex would have to struggle with. They're fighting these troopers. Rex realizes that he recognizes Cody, and you would have to have that difficult moment for Rex. But that's kind of where I'm at.
Jacob's hunting around. And Jacob knocked a bunch of stuff over. That's fine, I'll pick it up.
Where's Hunter?
Hunter should have been... Hunter's right here behind me.
No, I'm trying to...
Season 2.
And I was knocking everything over. He's comparing the armor that you're seeing in the screenshot that we were just talking about.
Because the gauntlets are very much like Hunter's, and so are the shoulder pads. They're very much like him. And doesn't one of them have a bandolier like that in this season?
I don't know.
I feel like
he turned on a lightsaber.
I feel like there's
and he turned it on again.
It's giving a lot of cues to different armor sets of the batch. Like there's different like medleys laced into that armor that
like the CX clone who I feel like we're all at a consensus that we think it's a Crosshair clone. Uses the same backpack, almost the same exact sniper configuration because he has to assemble it the same way. And his helmet is similar in the aspect that it's focused on having a rangefinder and like a blacked out eyepiece. But
the thing with the CX clone, I do think it's very intentional that there are parts where his muffled voice sounds like a regular clone, and there are parts where it sounds more like Crosshair.
Jacob.
I just put it back up.
Now he knocked over more stuff.
That's definitely intentional, because see that I'm buffering now. It's definitely intentional because they want the audience to be like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
I do think though that it is Crosshair because there are some. It's just the cadence of the talking.
I would agree.
Is very snake-like and very very intentional how Crosshair talks.
And that's how D. Bradley Baker did describe how he talks like Crosshair is like a snake.
Yes.
So.
And to kind of jump ahead because there is one more thing I want to talk about Identity Crisis. Just to jump ahead. There is a point where the CX clone advises the TK troopers to kill the 2, but leave the 3rd one.
We're going on to the next episode.
I just said that's. Did I not?
No, yeah, you did just say that. You did just.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
So no, but so in my opinion, I took that as kill Hunter and Wrecker.
Yes.
Leave Crosshair.
I took that as kill Crosshair.
Kill John Lennon.
Kill Crosshair and Hunter because he thinks Wrecker's dead right now because he just blew him up.
We said leave the 3rd one.
Omega.
No.
I'm
the third one
on this.
The third one remaining.
No,
because
they had already captured Omega at that point.
Oh. No.
Anyways, but one thing I did want to talk about Identity Crisis is the conversation between Emery and Nala Se because I thought that was we got a good chunk of story having to do with Emery's past. Emery feels abandonment from Nala Se, and that's confirmation that, I mean, we kind of knew already, but Emery was cloned on Camino.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else, but she was shipped away, and she takes it as she was abandoned by Nala Se. So I'm curious to see if that comes back up later on, but Nala Se helps to plant the seed of doubt for Emery in that I think it's very obvious at this point that Emery later on is going to help Omega alert the Bad Batches to the coordinates of the base.
Yeah, and since we're jumping ahead and stuff, we got to talk about the greatest loss of this entire series, the Havoc Marauder.
They gave it the Razor Crest treatment.
I know. I was so mad when they blew that hoe up. I was
shocked. when
Next,
that happened.
like literally next to the Jedi Interceptor from Revenge of the Sith, that Marauder's like my favorite ship design. I love that thing.
It is cool.
And they just took it away. At least on my Lego set. But dang, that sucked.
Yeah,
Now you can
that was
turn it into a
hard.
pile of bricks on your floor.
Oh.
And be a more accurate
Just like my Razor
Epic
Crest.
Marauder.
No, but just one more quick thing. I feel like before we jump to the next episode,
Too late.
was going to talk really quick about Cad Bane being back, working for the Empire.
That's a cameo.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it was really just
Yeah.
a cameo is what it was, which
Yeah.
is kind of funny.
A cameo.
I thought the
Misleading.
Spur, I thought the Spur boot walking in front of the door was going to be Boba Fett because that's what we've had alluded before, kind of a
Boba's
thing.
is deeper sounding.
But I mean, yeah, that's why I was thrown off because it was the wrong sound. But cool, guess Cad Bane's around and he's chilling with Toto and they're still doing their thingy. But I feel like that's the only time we'll see Cad Bane now. Is he was just there for a second to
It's
maybe
also-
show what he's doing.
We will not be seeing Quinlan. We will not be seeing Boba. Those theories are out the window.
And we have 4 episodes left. I guess we'll never know. No, but I mean, it's great though because now you can kind of put Cad Bane into any story that they make now between this point and Book of Boba. You just, Cad Bane works for the Empire. That's what he does.
Yep.
So you just, anytime you have an Imperial threat, you could also see Cad Bane.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like
like-
it was very intentional. So.
Yeah, and then also the little children, the specimens. One of them is Sacy Tin's species, so that was cool. The little girl Eva, Jedi Master Sacy Tin.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw Pantoran as well. Pantorans keep coming
Yeah,
back.
the one was, and then
I guess we like
They
blue
like
people
blue
that-
ones. They like the blue ones.
George
Now bring,
Lucas was a Pantoran in Revenge of the
bring
Sith.
back the big blue.
and
Bring
then there
in
was
the big blue.
the Green Giant, the canned green bean man himself.
Green Bean Man. Green Bean Jax tries running, and then he gets shocked.
Star Wars meets Stranger Things. Yeah, ballerific episode in the first one. Left me
diddled. That's the wrong word.
confuddled.
Confused.
Confused.
Yeah.
Intrigued.
Anxious.
And then we also had the
Point
little
of no
point
return.
of conversation that Jackson did not miss. That the CX clone mentions to Hemlock that he interrogated a Trandoshan.
Yes.
Jackson's like, do you know who the It's like, yes, Jackson.
I didn't know if they got it, but yeah, the
we all caught it
Trandoshan
with
being
Sid. We all got it.
So then
We
Sid
all
is
saw
the
the-
worst of all.
We all saw the Mythosaur, Jackson. It's okay.
Screw off.
I'm sorry, Goggles. I'm sorry about Goggles. He was my favorite. What?
And then that leads to right into the next episode, Point of No Return, where the
Anointed
CX
Poverty.
clone tracks Fee.
Yep.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is
That was a
the
smart
first
choice.
time we've seen her this season.
Yep.
Or we've heard her name mentioned this season.
Silly idiot was so easy to track and get a
catch.
hold of. And she led him right to them.
Yeah. Thanks, Wanda Sykes. You fucking ruined it. If you don't bleep that one, I'll count that as my one.
That's our PG-13.
My PG-13 warning for the show. No, but this Pabu episode certainly solved the biggest plot hole of the other Pabu episodes was where the heck is the mayor's daughter, because her and Omega are best friends.
Bestie.
They're besties. I will kill anyone who gets in my way if that Lola doll is hurt in any capacity for being in that Pabu museum, bro.
It's right there. Don't worry about it.
I have mine in my room, but all my friends think it's terrifying. I've brought that with me on like several different like trips I've gone on, and I'll just be like, "Hey guys, it's my rabbit." They'll be like, "It's like a satanic doll. Why does it have a skull on its face?" I'm like, "It's such a cute little rabbit, though."
So
Jackson really said, "Hey, military friends, I brought my toy with me."
here's my doll.
Here's
It's
my
my doll.
grab it.
He's gonna grab it. Can I hold it for context?
Fuck no. Yours is at home. Probably smells like ass too.
Man, stop using bad words. Take the tape off its ear. 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 Take the tape off. Thank you. But
You say ass
I was a
with
little
bad
bit
words,
upset to see that part go with text goggles. Text goggles make sense for sure, but I was just like, but that's just a piece of Omega. And now that the Marauder's gone,
Yeah, so when she
she's
never comes
nothing.
back.
Yeah,
When they
because
never
Crosshair
come back,
missed
it's gone.
the most crucial shot of his career.
Yeah, interestingly
That killed
though,
me.
they did not make a big deal about the shaky hand. You know how they are so intentional the whole season to be like,
Yeah.
and here's a shot of his hand shaking.
I don't feel like his hand shook.
I agree.
It landed where it was supposed to.
The ship just moved.
But the ship moved away.
It was too far away.
It just picked up really quick.
If he wouldn't have gotten into that little firefight with those TK troopers, he would have made the shot.
There's too many unknown variables, is what he was telling as my awful.
Dude, Hunter is going to box Crosshair when he finds out that Omega's gone.
Yeah, he's gonna be mad.
He's gonna.
I thought
he's gonna question Crosshair's loyalty again.
the gunship scene was absolutely crazy.
Gray and white gunships go crazy, dude. That's color scheme is amazing.
When they were like, no, the gunship, Hunter's on it. What are we gonna do? And the CX clone's like, let me just shoot the pilot.
I want a CX clone figure so bad.
Too bad it'll never come out. You're never going to get any Bad Batch Season 3 figures.
He had great dialogue consistently, too.
Why not?
I just have a feeling that it's going to be
We just haven't had any other Bad Batch
before we get any
figures, and I don't really think they're going to come out with any.
I want a Sid figure.
Gaggles.
Gaggles.
Bandana.
My buddy Teddy was telling me that the CX clone should have absolutely bodied the mayor in front of everyone.
I agree.
Just
I
wasted
agree.
him. That would have been a bit wild, but that would have been cool.
Hey, you can't do this to my home. Wow, then you don't have to know about it.
Very cool.
So everybody,
trying to remember everything
there's
else.
just a.
I don't.
There's
It's
a
pretty
lot.
straightforward. This second episode.
Yeah, you could sum up the
was
second
much
episode
more
with
straight up.
shit hit the fan, and then now Omega's gone again. Granted,
Wreckers may be out of the fight.
No, he'll
got
be
blown.
fine.
I mean, he'll be fine, but I
fine.
mean, he got blown up. He was like, "Ow!"
Cool to see the clone.
That doesn't
cadets.
matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Is Gonky okay though? That's the real question.
Gonky is okay.
Donkey's okay.
Gonky-
Wrecker made sure to grab Gonky.
Bro, he should have let that.
You know,
If he left Gonky, I would be like, no.
this season of the Bad Batch has done one thing that I've really, really liked, and it's
Humanize Gonky.
been realistic with little details. Like when Omega's like, yeah, well, I'll just like let you guys know where the coordinates are, and Crosshair goes, they're gonna search you for a comm. I'm like, yes, thank you. We're calling out obvious things. Or like when Wrecker notices that there's a charge on the ship, I'm like, yes, thank you. Like these are things I would have been so frustrated if Wrecker was just mindlessly loading the ship, and then or like if Omega like just was able to have her comm and they didn't check her for anything. It's like,
I have a
yes,
theory
this kind
on
of stuff
that.
makes so much more sense.
I don't think they got all of Omega's comms. And here's my justification for that. When she's handcuffed and the CX clone trooper has the TK trooper wave her over, it blinks right. Thank you, Jacob, for mimicking me the entire way. You really make me feel like a special brother, and I really appreciate everything that you do. But continuing, but the beeping is at her chest area, and she's handcuffed like this, and so Jacob, please stop being a dick right now, for real, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. No.
But she reaches down to grab the tracker and then gives it here. When the initial, that could just be a continuity error that I'm reading into too
I think
much.
it's just one comm because that's like
That's what I'm
her
thinking.
comm that she's had throughout the whole
It was
show.
the same one she showed Crosshair that she said she could try to hide in case. So yeah, there was just more of just like a glaze over theory. Like maybe she could have it. Maybe she could.
Here's something that I kind of
They
thought,
lost her forever.
low key because Hunter ends up on the beach with Batcher. I low key thought that when the CX clone was flying away, that Hunter and Batcher would have stowed away on the ship, and maybe like that's how they escape. They take his ship.
But they didn't know where his ship was.
Exactly. So I was like kind of like hoping it would happen, and then it didn't. I was
Really
like,
took Ventress's cave for real.
Yeah,
she
yeah.
really was not kidding that it was going to not be that hard to invade Bob.
she was the harbinger.
She was the harbinger. She was the harbinger.
Herb?
So this was a little detail that I noticed that the first time I watched it, I was like, why did that happen? And then I realized it the second watch through. You know when Batcher just starts attacking all the TK troopers?
Yes.
The first time I watched it, I was like, what? She just doesn't listen to Omega now? Like that's
Yeah.
So the reason Batcher did that in the beginning of the episode, the lady that gives Batcher the corn dog
Yeah.
is the lady that gets pushed by the TK troopers, which prompts Batcher to start attacking them. That I was like, okay, that makes much more sense than I just don't have control over my dog.
That's
Or
what I was
it's the
confused
fact
about,
that the
too.
TK troopers were trying to, I don't know, shoot and kill Batcher at the beginning of this season when they were escaping.
Oh, you said it was corn dog lady, bro.
No,
Corn
yep,
dog
definitely
lady
corn dog
theory.
lady, 100%. Batcher likes corn dogs, and that sended him into a pit bull filled rage, and all he saw were toddlers.
Batcher's a vicious breed. What can I say?
Ooh, I didn't know his cape comes off. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
You want to know what else comes off?
I'm gonna kill you. Stop talking to me. Let's finish the episode.
Holy cow. That was dastardly.
All right, I see how it is. That's it, Jax. I'm not coming to your birthday anymore.
No, you weren't coming to my birthday anyway. You're such a bum.
You're not even gonna be here for it.
I'm thinking.
I'm thinking.
I agree.
Oh,
It was
how do we think they're gonna get out of this predicament? Because
Rex. No.
how?
Rex.
This is one of those situations where I'm like genuinely,
No,
how
that
are
is
they
a good
gonna get
point.
out?
How are we legitimately going to get out of here, and what's gonna happen from now?
I mean,
feel like-
obviously, I think Fee is on her way back to Pabu as
Yes.
it is.
Hey guys, what happened?
hey guys, did I miss something?
why is there a
Oh, boy.
cruiser over my city?
What do you mean everyone's dead?
What do you mean they burned the village?
I don't know, man. This is, and it's honestly nice because again, this whole season, this whole show, really, these are all characters that any one of them could die at any point.
Yes.
So
one's safe.
it makes it more enjoyable to watch in a way because I feel like when you're watching stuff like The Mandalorian, you're like, okay, well, you know, Mando and Grogu are gonna live. Like, you know what I mean? You know with Ahsoka that Ahsoka's gonna live. You know with Book of Boba that certain characters are just gonna make it through. So to have a show where the entire cast is nowhere to be seen after this point in the timeline makes it very, very interesting. Other than Rex, and he's just a supporting character in this show.
Yeah, it's not the main character.
Yeah, so it makes it a lot more enjoyable, and it makes it like the stakes higher as a viewer. I really now I'm thinking like maybe they'll sneak out, but how is Fee gonna get them out of there?
Unless they just all pull out because they're like they have no way off here.
What if they end up? The whole city fights back. We the people fight back against oppression, and they take over the Venator.
I'm gonna be real. I think the Venator's gonna be gone by the time.
I think they're all
agree.
gonna be gone. I think they're gonna be like they got no boats, no ship, no gas, no fly, no
no
communication.
gas, no fly.
That we out. Maybe
I mean,
they'll
they
leave
got
like
what they
maybe they'll
wanted.
leave like a squad or like a garrison.
But that's not Empire is like will burn and destroy every. You know what they because they did that with the Zillow Beast thing.
Sure.
They came and they took everybody. So maybe they'll just start burning the place down anyway.
I don't know, bro.
And then Fee will come back and be like,
kill all the villagers.
yeah, kill them all.
Kill them
So
all.
overall, I was really happy as usual. I'm a shill.
Shout out to the
Bad
guy
Batch
that
shill.
voiced Kylo Ren in Resistance, who then had that panel during the Star Wars celebration, and they were like, "He does the voice of Kylo Ren, do the voice," and then he did it, and everybody went, "Woo," because it was bad. Do you remember that?
I don't.
Oh, it was so funny because he was also the voice of Grievous, and everybody's like, "Grievous!" Then they was
Matt
like,
Lanter. Or not Matt Lanter. See,
What?
this is what happens when you get 2 hours of sleep in the last 36
Some
hours.
online nerders raging at us. Let's just save face at this point. Excited for
Matthew
next week's
Wood.
The Bad Batch.
Matthew Wood.
Next week's episode
What
is
would he
going
do?
to be called.
"No, I don't want to know it." I don't
We're not
wanna
going to talk. You can look at it on IMDb. It's like literally all.
I don't want to, because like my favorite thing. Well, because when I saw Point of No Return this morning, I went, oh, because if I knew that title, then I would have sat and I would have remorse, and I would have been like, Omega's definitely on this episode, and then I would like theorize about it. I like having like the no idea. I like going so blind into each and every one of these episodes because I set no expectations for anything, and then I'm just after everyone, I'm like I could judge it more at face value than I feel like I could if I knew the titles. So
Yeah.
I like that a lot. But
Oh, and for context, I woke up probably 50 minutes after the Bad Batch came out. I woke up at like 3:50, give or take. And like I finished watching both the episodes, and at 4:30, the official Star Wars page posted a teaser for the episode with Cad
Cad.
Bane. And I was like, okay, so we'll just show off. I mean, granted, Cad Bane isn't a major plot point, but I'm like, they just show really big things now, like immediately.
It's because no
seems
one
the
wants to watch the filler batch, and they
No
need
one
to
wants to
entice
watch the
people
filler batch.
to
it
watch.
probably has really low views.
They need
That's
to
probably
entice
why.
people to watch the dead franchise on the dead streaming platform.
Bad Batch is actually in my opinion, it's one of the harder shows to find on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Because if it isn't
think so.
airing before season 3 came out, you have to go to the Star Wars tab, you have to go to shows, and it was all the way in the back. Like, it was really hard for me to find
Yeah.
when I wanted to rewatch it.
I open
to
up
prep
Disney
for the
Plus
season.
and I see Goofy Aw Wish at
Dude,
the front of the thing.
Why is Wish the
No
first
one wants to
thing
watch that.
when you have Bad Batch and X-Men and all these other shows that are currently releasing, and you have to show, here's a movie we already put on our platform weeks ago. Like, I don't want to see that. Show me the new episode.
Speaking of movies that are now on Disney Plus, watch Moulin Rouge. It's on there. It's awesome. You can see Obi-Wan sing. It's awesome. Oh, it's such a good movie.
Is that the one with the song that you and I were listening
Why
to?
does my heart cry?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
Obi-Wan?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan's also in Beauty and the Beast live action.
That is
Yeah.
true.
That-
It's Lumiere, and
yeah.
he does a great job.
Yeah, but that one is crap.
Whoa! Pepperoni and cheese, bro.
Did you realize Emma Stone cannot sing? They auto-tuned every word that she sang in
That's
that.
fine.
It's not. It sounds terrible.
fine.
It sounds so bad.
The movie is baller.
And in Star Wars action figure news today, we have the pre-orders go up for the Ithorian, the TVC. I don't know if the Hammerhead guy.
It's a Hammerhead.
Then we had the
I was
TVC
looking
Kanan,
Japanese.
Ezra, and Zeb
Why were you
all
looking
went
at
up.
me, bro?
But there also was the pre-order went up for the Marvel Legends, Deadpool and
We
Wolverine,
don't care
and I
about Marvel
missed
Legends.
the Deadpool. I wanted that Deadpool so. This is the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because I was like, okay, that Deadpool is awesome, and I don't have one, and I would like that one.
Dare I remind you, Jacob, of what happened last time you tried to make this a Marvel podcast?
This isn't a Marvel podcast. I'm just.
Guys, I think we should talk about Marvel every week. We should do a Marvel episode, in fact. That's going on the iceberg. The Marvel episode that never happened.
Fuck you too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching
No,
this
I
episode.
want to talk about Momonadon,
What?
the Hammerhead.
Oh,
So there's this really funny debate that's going on within our inner circle on YouTube mostly between Hybrid Toy Reviews and Out of the Basement, and it is very, very funny because Justin from Out of the Basement likes to dog on me specifically and call me
Bro, I love clones. Talk about me. Why do you only remember him from the show, Justin?
he decided that
Justin, we kissed. Why don't you remember me?
you guys kissed.
They almost did.
Oh.
Not what? You guys don't. Oh, was I not supposed to say that? Oh fuck. Forget I said anything.
You have to edit this.
Don't show it. Don't show this to Justin's girlfriend.
His fiance, bro. He's engaged.
Oh,
Thank you for keeping up with. Oh, clearly this guy doesn't watch Out of the Basement.
Jackson,
Big fan.
Jackson, I still call your wife your girlfriend sometimes. I don't want to hear it.
You're a jerk. But
So he makes this joke because I always go gaga for the clone troopers in their Discord. So he calls me the cloner, and that's the reason that he makes that meme. So Hybrid's been giving him pushback and being like, dude, all these exclusive Cantina aliens, because Justin always loses his mind over original
Loses his
96 and I love the OT, and Hybrid's like, dude, clones will always outsell OT background aliens every day, and they've been having this back and forth on all these different platforms. It is one of the funniest things. So Momonadon, he looks really cool.
looks really good. Glad it's a fan channel.
And there
exclusive.
was this weird. So I saw
opportunity for the double barrel blaster. Shut up.
dude. Not even that. That one makes more sense than people who were like, "Where's his staff? Where's?" And I'm like, "What? What staff?" So I looked it up, thinking that it came with the original figure from 1978.
Sure.
No, there was a random release of Momonadon in 2006 for the Saga collection, and he had this staff that he never had in the movie, and it was the only time they've ever included that accessory, and apparently everyone was hoping and expecting that he would have that accessory.
Give him the stick. Give him the stick.
Landspeeder Luke made one, so if you want to give your Momonadon one, you can
Give him the
you can
stick.
do that.
I shouldn't have to go to third parties to get the accessories that I want.
I
pre-ordering
deserve.
the Zeb, the
deserve.
Kanan, and the Ezra. I think it's criminal still that some of these deluxe TVC figures like Zeb are $25. Bro, you can buy the Black Series at this point. What are you doing paying those prices. That's all I gotta say on that.
Oh, well, I'll never buy into the fail scale doll scale known as the Black Series.
But I bought them from a Ghost, so it is what it is.
They look really, really
They do look good. I need to
They
get the
look
Sabine
really
and
good.
Hera still, but
I don't think there
come
is
eventually.
a Sabine and Hera yet for
Sabine
early seasons.
Well, I was gonna get the Sabine from Ahsoka, and then the newest Hera, because I mean it fits.
Oh, do you want that extra Hera that I have? Because she got discontinued.
Actually, yes.
Okay, because I have one that has a minty card
I will
back.
procure. I don't care about the card. I'm gonna rip that shit out of the card
'Cause
back.
I found 2 at Walmart.
I will procure that actually. Now that you
Okay.
say that, since I am copying a Ghost.
Dang, how you feel, Hybrid Toy Reviews, that you're not getting a ghost?
Sucks to suck. And in ghost news, I'm starting construction on the coffee table that's going to house my ghost tomorrow.
His Ghost in quotations.
The Star Wars collection ghost. It's going to become the new table for the podcast set.
That'll be a cool set.
It's interesting because you're doing yours differently than how I'm doing mine.
How are you doing yours?
So you're doing yours as like a square, 36 by 36. I was gonna do mine more rectangular, and have the ghost at like an angle in the table.
Like on a flight stand almost.
No, it's gonna be landed. I'm doing mine like a Lothal diorama.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to Lothal the base of mine too.
You gonna put some fake grass in
You
it?
should definitely go to or go check out that Griffin's Lair place. They expanded their section for like their fake grass and trees and all that stuff, and they have fake dirt and stuff too for like really good prices.
It's probably real dirt.
But they also have like different colors of mixes, like for different settings,
That's kind of cool, actually.
and they have different colors for their grass. So like if you go to, I was just gonna go like a pet store and just buy a bunch of fake tall grass, but they only have like that deep jungle green. But obviously for Lothal, you want that lighter green, almost like a
Or you can just
Savannah
mow the
green.
lawn and dry your clippings.
So they have like all different shades of green and like even like purples and stuff like that too. So I'm really gonna go to them for most of that.
That'll
I'm
be
doing
nice.
a 36 by 36. Just it's gonna be a cube, 36 by 36 by 18.
Mine's gonna be 18 as well.
And then
tall.
2 inches off the ground, I'm gonna have a bottom shelf, and then all four
Oh,
sides.
a shelf on the. Oh.
So it's not gonna be like resting right on the ground. It's gonna come up a little bit. It's gonna be raised. So and then it's gonna have glass panels on all 4 sides, and then one big glass panel on top.
Okay.
I was gonna do instead of it just being a cube, I was gonna make it almost like a pyramid that they cut the top off of the pyramid.
Yeah.
And I was gonna have it
okay,
splay out like this, but the joinery that I would have to do for that is so hard, and I would have to find somebody. There's most places only cut glass into like in straight lines. Not a whole lot of places do angled cuts, just because it's a waste of material for them. So just for cost and the sake of, I want to be able to do this and know that I'll be able to get it done. I'm changing the design.
That's fair.
So plus I only have like
that'll be
20
cool.
days to do it.
What color are you gonna do the wood? 'Cause I was gonna do black.
I'm probably gonna do black because the Chimera that I just did, it has the gray front and then the black edges. I was probably gonna do the top of this table like that light gray, and then like where you can see the grain through, and then I'm gonna do black on the sides again. That way it matches the frame, so it's like all kind of like one Rebels display thing. Plus,
Why
I
not
want,
bright orange?
well, because the main thing is that would work because Rebels. I want the hardware of these shelves to kind of match everything. I want
That
there-
was my reason.
I want there to be like a cohesiveness to everything. So
That was same reason for me wanting to do that too. Is most of my stuff in my room is black, so I figured looks nice.
have some graphic standards.
That'll be
Yeah.
cool.
So
But thank you guys so
like
much for watching this
that's it.
episode of the 1330 podcast. If you liked it, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, join all social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Patreon. Have a good week.
See y'all.
Hey, this is Vanessa Marshall. I play Hera Syndulla on Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to the 1313 podcast.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Hum da da hum da da hum dum dum da. Hum da da hum da da dum dum da dum da ba dum 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 dum hum da dum hum dum 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 da dum hum da dum hum dum dum hey I'm da dum 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 hum da dum 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 dum